My name is Inez Bordeaux, and what we're doing here tonight, we're having our monthly Close the Workhouse campaign meeting that we have on the first Thursday of every month. Today's meeting was focused on public health and how the workhouse and jails negatively affect public health.
And I've never seen anything like the workhouse. I'm talking about black mold that grows on the wall. The particle board ceilings, very similar to this. There would be pieces missing and water just pouring from the ceiling that we collected in a large trash can and had to periodically throughout the day drag that trash can over to the showers to dump the water out.
The workhouse is the focus of the campaign because that is where the city sends you if you can't afford your bail. It's a facility that's basically used for pretrial detention with a focus on cash bail. Again, if you can't afford your bail, if you're accused of a crime in St. Louis and you can't afford the bail that has been given to you, they send you to the workhouse. So our focus here is kind of twofold. One, ending cash bail, because that's what allows the workhouse to exist. And secondly, to talk about the conditions of the workhouse. They're inhumane, and humans, no one should be housed in this facility. I got involved with the Close the Workhouse campaign because I was in the workhouse, and one of the lawyers that represented me works for Arch City Defenders. So when Arch City Defenders, Action St. Louis, and more, and the Bail Project all got together and decided to organize a campaign around closing the workhouse, MJ knew that I had been there, and he called me and he said, "We're trying to close the workhouse and we're starting a campaign. Do you want to be involved?" And I said, "Hell yeah, sign me up. Where do I need to go?" And I showed up at my first meeting, and I've been showing up ever since. After about the first year that the campaign was around, because I am an impacted person, and the Close the Workhouse campaign centers people who have been impacted by the workhouse and the criminal justice system, I was asked to be a part of the organizing team. So here I am. I imagine a St. Louis without jails, without a system that is basically upheld on the backs of poor Black and brown people in St. Louis. I'd like to see a St. Louis that reinvests in our community. Instead of spending 67% of our budget on police and jails and funding prosecutors to prosecute poor Black and brown people, I would like to see that money reinvested in our communities, namely the north side of the city that has been neglected for generations. I'd like to see St. Louis invest money in our public school systems, in recreation centers for our children, in job education or employment opportunities, in educational programs to help people achieve their goals and dreams. I'd like to see St. Louis invest in small business owners, mainly Black and brown people who have been historically marginalized and kept out of business in St. Louis. If I could say something to the people that are in the workhouse right now, I would tell you just to hold on a little bit longer. We haven't forgotten about you. We're not going to let the city throw you away. Just hold on a little bit longer. We're coming for you. No matter what anyone says, no matter what any one of our elected officials say, no matter what the mayor says, no matter what the public safety director says, no matter what Commissioner Glass says, no matter what the Board of Aldermen say, we are going to close the workhouse. It's not a if, it's a when. And it's gonna happen sooner than anybody thinks. We're this close. We're almost there. We're almost there, and it's gonna be closed, period.